Chaim, welcome to our Sunday night share for Rick.
Good to be back. Yeah.
Now, as everyone knows, in the middle of our 6 weeks of classes on how to succeed in anything that you want. So this is the 4th class of the 6. But this is the 4th class, which is about Maisa, which is about doing. In previous classes, we spoke about setting goals for ourselves, committing to those goals, drawing out a map or a blueprint on how to succeed in getting the goals. And now it's time to start working, to do. So this week we just finished Parshas Ki Teitzei, which the beginning of the Parsha talks about if you should go out to war. So I'll tell you the story. It was actually before we moved to the old city.
Last flag standing.
I was in yeshiva in Or Timimim. It was my 2nd year of yeshiva, and Hanukkah came, and we were doing Mitzvah. We were going around with Mashiach flags, and as usual, see, the beautiful thing about a Mashiach flag is that it kind of exemplifies my personality, which is like, you really like me or you can't stand me. I don't really have a middle place for most people, you know. You don't really have people say, yeah, whatever, he's right. I don't know, it's the same thing with a Mashiach flag. When you come out with a Mashiach flag, either people are embracing you, and they're so happy, and they're dancing with you, or angry. So it was Hanukkah. This is going about, I'd say, about 3-4 years ago. And we're on a mitzvah. On Hanukkah time, we go around with menorahs, and we go to different people's places and light the menorah with them. And we were actually at it wasn't a yeshiva, it was a university of, is it Jerusalem? What is it called? They have one in Jerusalem? No, it's not University of Jerusalem. It's Tel Aviv University. And there's actually have a branch in Jerusalem. So we were going door to door in the dormitories. And it's funny, I remember, people weren't expecting this. We were just knocking on the door, and we're with like a bunch of Bachrim. So, excuse me, please remove this guy from the share. So, we were knocking on doors. I remember I was with a friend of mine, and we knocked on a door, and these 2 girls answered it, and they were in their pajamas, they were like, in their robe, they just came out of the shower. My friend's standing there, he's like, I'm like, look at your donuts, dude, look at your donuts, dude. We're here to see if you want to do it. Stare at your donuts, dude. So, it was an interesting evening, with a lot of adventures. But then we got to the old city, the Kotel. We had all the flags. And a lot of people with us were like really nervous. They're like, look, let's not go to the Kotel with the flags, because they know it can be a little bit tense there. It's fire. It's the source of the fire. It's at the wall. So I'm like, nah, screw that. We got to go. Ufrat, we got to go with the flags. And even the rabbi who came with us from the yeshiva, he was like, look, I don't know if it's a very good idea. You know, some Yerushalmis get very upset about this kind of thing. I'm like, nah, we got to go. So it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. And we come out of the car, and we start approaching the Kotel, and we go through the security with our flags. And we're approaching the Kotel, and it's packed. I mean, it's just packed with people. And mostly black hats and jackets, but not Hasidim, you know, different types. A lot of Litvak, a lot of Haredim. And we come marching off the flags, and we're singing Yechi really loud, you know, the flags. 4 or 5 guys. And the Kotel, I mean, there's hundreds of people there.
And you had enough noise to make everyone else move.
And I was the guy in the front of the flag, and I'm screaming really loud, I'm singing really loud with a lot of chayas. And all of a sudden I look, and it's just like everyone at the same time turns around like this. And they're all looking at me. And there's just, I just see like 50 faces of just anger. And they're like looking at me with like fire in their eyes. And it was the craziest thing, one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me in my life, Kedusha was. It's like, at that moment, I felt for a split second, like someone hit the pause button on the world. Like everything just froze. I mean, it was a millisecond, but I felt it. I felt like just stop. And I just had all these nasty faces, like angry faces. And I'm going to explain it to you guys like in a more detail, but it was literally a split second. And in a split second, it rose in my head. I've got 2 options right now. I can let their anger upset me, which is stupid because I'm happy. Why should I not be happy just because they're angry? Or I could continue with my happiness and see if I could overcome their anger. And in a split second, I didn't really think about it too much. I just kept going. And they had these angry faces, and I just ran up to them. I started hugging them and dancing with them and singing Yechi. And it was the most amazing thing. They all started smiling and laughing and dancing with us and happy. And like in a split second, I saw, because of what I decided to do, they actually changed. The existence of their mood, of their faces, of their actions, totally changed. And they started singing and dancing with us. And I had like these, a couple seconds ago, angry Haredim turned to me and say, "We want to take pictures." They're saying it in Hebrew. "We want to take pictures with the flag." They were literally lined up to take pictures with the Mashiach flag. And we sat there for hours dancing with them, singing. The rabbi was with us, was like, he was in shock. Like, we were all in shock. We couldn't believe it. And I'm not taking credit for it. I'm not saying it's because of me. It's because, more than we could ever believe or ever imagine, the thoughts, the speech, and actions of Jews affect the world. Like, literally, what we think and what we do has an outcome and could change the physicality of the world. It's a crazy thing if you think about it, but it's true. So now we're going to talk a little bit about Maisa, about doing, and about this week's portion.